So you're looking to move to city of Ocoee in 2023? Well, in this video, I talk pros and cons of moving to and living in city of Ocoee. Let's have a look. Let's go. Hello and welcome to another episode of Orlando Living with Dee. And if this is your first time, show us some love, press that thumbs up button, subscribe to our channel because we bring you community videos all throughout Central Florida and Tampa areas. And if you are looking for a brand new home anywhere in Central Florida and Tampa area, make sure to check out Orlando Home Show. That's where we bring you community videos. And guys, today I'm going to be talking about Ocoee. I'm going to talk about the pro and con of moving to and living in Ocoee. Now, before I get into that, I do want to give you a quick disclaimer. A pro to me could be a con to you could be a pro to me. So please take this with a little bit of a grain of salt of grain, however they say it here. So please make sure this is just my take. So whatever I say, it really depends upon your situation. So the very first pro of moving to Ocoee is that it's a small suburban area located right next to Orlando. You're not very far from a lot of things. Like you're pretty much half an hour to anywhere. You're half an hour to the international airport. You're half an hour to downtown Orlando. You're half an hour to all the theme parks and everything else. So this really makes it a little bit more affordable when you compare that to Orlando. If you haven't watched my video on Ocoee where I talk about community, schools, hospital, please make sure to do that. If it's not there, it would be coming very soon. Now let's talk about the next pro of moving to and living in Ocoee. So the next pro of moving to Ocoee is that Ocoee is an older city when you compare that to the other cities around it, but they have done a lot of work in terms of turning this whole area around. They've spent a lot of money building the infrastructure, and one of the best things that they have done is they're building a lot of recreational park. I'm standing on one such park right on Lake Stark, and you can actually bring your boat and just go in this beautiful lake and enjoy the day, have a good picnic. And they have such parks all scattered throughout city of Ocoee. And you're also not very far from one of the parks that is hosted by Orlando Magic, which is just down the road. So if you have kids like I do, I have a 2-year-old. Actually, you know what? I'm sorry. He's 3 years old now. So I have a 3-year-old and he makes my 6-year-old look like a saint. Trust me, I'm like, people that have more than 2 kids, I don't even know how they manage that, but my 3-year-old makes my 6-year-old look like a saint, and I would love to bring them to these parks so they can run around, do their thing, and then go home, maybe eat something and are exhausted, and then just go to bed so I have my time. So now let's talk about the next pro of moving to and living in Ocoee. So the next pro of moving to and living in Ocoee is the cost of living. When you compare the cost of living compared to Orlando, Windermere, Winter Garden, Gotha, the neighboring city next to Ocoee is a little bit cheaper. You get a little bit more bang for your buck in that regard. And that is another factor to consider when you're looking to move into any city. What's the cost of living, how the schools are. And if you want to watch the whole video, please make sure to check that out. It should be releasing soon if it hasn't released yet, or it should be under the community videos. Now that the pro is done, let's talk about the cons of moving to and living in Ocoee. So guys, when it comes to the con, I do want to say this again, please, you know, this is just my take on pro and con. It's not set in stone. What really I want to emphasize is it's your situation. And talking about the situation, I have 2 small kids, and for me, a suburban area with a lot of recreational parks, you know, just a park with kids slides or a tot lot or something works better for me in my current situation. But as I was young and hype one point, nightlife was my thing. You know, I wanted to go out with friends, go to those late night restaurants and stuff like that. And if that is you, then this may not be the right place for you. So just keep that in mind. Now let's talk about the next con of moving to and living in Ocoee. So So the next con of moving to and living in Ocoee is in relation to the job opportunities. A lot of people that are living here, most of them have to travel in outside of Ocoee. There's not a lot of job opportunities in city of Ocoee as such, so you have to travel either to the theme parks or to downtown Orlando or to the nearby hospital. So that is something to keep in mind because there's not a lot of opportunities when it comes to high-paying job. Most of the population over here has a little bit under average median price. It is somewhat par to some parts of Orlando, but when you compare that to Windermere, Winter Garden, Longwood, Altamont, it's a little bit lower in that sense. So just keep that in mind. Now let's talk about the last con of moving to and living in Ocoee. So last but not the least is the traffic. You know, with the traffic in Ocoee, there's only one main road, which is the McGuire Road or the 50, and trying to travel that in the peak hours of morning or evening could be an absolute nightmare. However, they did build the toll road. You have 408, 429, which will save you a lot of time, but it will also cost you money. So those are the things to keep in mind. I hope you get a lot of value from our videos. If you do, please press that thumbs up button. And if you are looking to build a brand new home, make sure to check out Orlando Home Show. That's where I bring you brand new model homes throughout Central Florida and Tampa area. And now my Spanish is poquito, so I have Orlando Home Show in Espanol, which is run by Ana Karina, and she does the model homes throughout Central Florida and Tampa. Thank you again. We look forward to connect with you. Please give us a call if you are in the market looking to buy a house this year. We are here to help and serve, and remember, our services to you is absolutely free. Until the next community video, thank you for watching. Bye for now.